There's been this incredible, vast, global experiment going on for the last 100 years. How do men and women get along? How do we improve relationships between men and women, between boys and girls? And you know what the result of this vast experiment is? The result is men and women can't get along. They can't get along. They're not good for each other. A man without a woman in his life is healthier, and a woman without a man in her life is healthier. Because if it's true that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, then cut it out. Stop trying to get along. It's not going to work. It isn't working. It's frustrating. So in our time, when we are so liberated, we are so free, we are so casual in our relationships, why is there so much stress? What's going on? Why are we not relaxed and having fun? The media promised. For 100 years, the media has been saying, relax, you'll have some fun. What's the problem? There's a problem. Because it's not true. Men and women are not good for each other. So God invented marriage. Marriage is a magical thing where a man and a woman are transformed into a husband and wife. Husband and wife, in contrast to man and woman, husband and wife are inseparable. You can be a better man if there's no woman there to distract you. You can be a better woman if there's no man to distract you. But you cannot be a better husband if there's no wife. You're not a husband at all. So by definition, a husband and wife are inseparable. A man and a woman should go their separate ways. Problem is that there's no glamour in being a husband or in being a wife. So men and women get married with the intention of remaining a man and a woman and never becoming a husband and wife. And then you wonder why they don't get along? It's a man and a woman trying to live under the same roof. It can't work. It won't work. Even if they do get along, it's with a certain distance. They're not really bonding. They don't want to get that close because then there'll be too much friction because they're a man and a woman. So we need to become husband and wife, which kind of changes the whole picture of dating. What is the point of dating? It used to be, the argument went, if you dated, if you were social, if teenagers got to know each other, boys and girls, then when it came to making a decision of who to marry, they would be better equipped. They would know what they're looking for, they would understand each other, the opposite gender, and they would make a more mature and wiser choice of a spouse. That was the argument, and it sounded pretty good. But this experiment has been going on for 100 years, and the results are marriages are not better. They're not better. So what went wrong? The purpose of dating is to find a spouse. If you're not ready to get married within a year, why are you looking for a spouse? You're going to find somebody and put him on ice and preserve him for 6 years until you're ready to get married? It doesn't work that way. So unless you're truly ready to get married, planning to get married, why are you dating? Just to fill an evening? Entertainment? Excitement? That's not going to lead to marriage. You're going to get used to that kind of lifestyle where you have someone to spend an evening with, but no commitment, and then you're going to get married, and it's going to be so strange you're not going to be able to handle it. So dating has not worked if the purpose of dating is to improve marriage. So if you're really looking to get married, don't date. Meet someone who is enamored with marriage the way you are. The only reason to get married is because you love marriage. You don't get married because you love someone. That doesn't make sense. You love someone? Fine. What are you getting married for? Two people love each other? Beautiful. What's marriage? Where does that fit in? You know, it's as silly as saying two people who love each other should live in Cleveland. What? What kind of conclusion is that? So that old song, love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage? No, they don't. A horse and carriage go together. Love and marriage? You get married because you love marriage. That's the only reason to get married. You believe in marriage, you love marriage, you've been looking forward to a marriage, to starting a family. That's why you get married. Who you're going to marry, a little technicality there. So the first thing you want to know about the person you meet is, what do you think of marriage? Do you love marriage? Because if you don't, then there's nothing to talk about. You're going to fall in love with each other? How is that going to lead to marriage? So the first thing is, you believe in marriage. It's the way we always heard it should be, so we marry. And then find somebody who shares that belief. And then if you happen to like each other, there's something to talk about. This may lead to something real. So when you're going out or dating or seeing someone, or whatever other euphemisms we use for developing human relationships, if the purpose is marriage, then you got to be in love with marriage. So when you come to the date, take out your calendar and say, I want to be married by June. Not necessarily to you, but I want to be married by June. How do you feel about that? And if he says June of which year, well, then it's over. Go home. This is not for you. It should never happen that you date someone for 3 years and then you decide not to marry him, or he decides not to marry you. That should never happen. You never invest 3 years in a relationship that goes nowhere. So focus. If you want to get married and that's your reason for dating, then put the marriage first.